All right, we're going to work on our phonics. Remember, phonics is when we learn how to read. Last week we worked on long A vowel teams. We worked on AI and AY, and when we put those two letters together, they helped A say its name, saying A. This week we're going to switch and we're going to work on long O vowel teams. Long O vowel teams. So we're going to be looking at two letters that team up to help O say its name. So if we see here, OW, we have our W here being a good teammate, helping O say its name. OW is going to say O. We have OE, OE. When we see O and E together, E is helping our friend O say his name, O. OA, when those two are together, A is helping O say his name. OA makes the sound O. But wait, this one doesn't have a teammate. O is special because sometimes he can say his name all by himself. So for this week, when we see just an O, he's going to be saying his name. O. O. We can see here we have a goat card. We can hear that O sound in the middle. Goat. 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 Our high frequency words this week are found, your, no, and always. We are going to practice our read it, spell it, read it, spell it, read it. This week, I'm not going to give a long pause for you to do it yourself. I'm going to just read it, spell it, read it, spell it, read it. And at home, I hope you are doing it with me at the same time. Let's begin. We're going to start by reading this word, found. Now spell it. F-O-U-N-D, found. F-O-U-N-D. What's the word? Found. Very good. So just like that, I'm going to help you do that. No, I don't like this pointer. Let's go back to this one. Let's read it, spell it, read it, spell it, read it. Your. Y-O-U-R, your. Y-O-U-R, your. Ready? No. K-N-O-W. No. K-N-O-W. No. Now this one, it sounds just like N-O, no. N-O, no. No, no wiggles. We remember that word, right? That means no. This K-N-O-W, K-N-O-W means I know. I know all of these words. That's that no. K-N-O-W. And then our last high frequency word is always. Spell it. A-L-W-A-Y-S. Always. A-L-W-A-Y-S. Always. Very good. Let's move on. Now here we can see our freeze card, and we see coat, spelled with O-A. I'm going to say the word, then you say the word. Coat. Good. Right here we see a bow. Very good. O-W. Bow. Here we see a hoe. O-E. Go ahead and say it. Hoe. And here these are little bars of gold. We see just the O by himself. Gold. Now over here, this is our sound spelling card. It's a picture of a boat. And up at the top, it says long O. Now, if we were in our classroom, this would be up above our whiteboard and we would see the boat. And we can hear in the word boat that it has the O sound. So then down here at the bottom in the gray box, we can see all the ways to spell the sound O. We see just an O by himself. He helps himself say the O sound. We see O and A. We see O and W. We see O blank E. That's not what we're learning this week, but we already learned that. That's our sneaky silent E at the end. Remember, he would whisper to O to say his name. Now, we are also learning this one this week, O and E. There's a little line in front of the O and E, and that means we have to have a letter in that line, in that little blank. So, is OE going to start our word? No. Is it going to be in the middle of a word? No. Does it have to be at the end of a word with letters in front? Yes, it has to be at the end. These ones over here can be in the middle or at the beginning, but this one has to be, OE has to be at the end of a word. Let's go on to some blending. Go ahead. Remember, we're working on long O, O, OA, OE, OW. Now, I have done some noticing. Usually we would do the noticing in class together, but I've gone ahead and done the noticing all by myself. So I noticed and I put them in red when I saw these O vowel teams in the words. So you can see here to practice our blending that if you see it in red, what sound is it going to make? O. It's going to make the sound O. All right, so let's go ahead and blend these words. We are going to say them slowly. Say each sound, blend it, read it. Ready? Let's go. F, O, old, fold, fold. T, O, old, told, told. K, O, old, cold, cold. S, O, so. G-O, go. These ones I did a little bit faster because there was only 2 letters. Also, go is a high frequency word, so I kind of already knew that one, but I like to see now how it follows the long O spelling pattern. Let's move on to O-A. L, O, F, loaf, loaf. S, O, soap, soap. T, O, d, toad, toad. T, O, st, toast, toast. S, n, o, snow, snow. We've moved on to OW, and we can see here that when we see OW, we make the O sound. Continue helping me. B, O, O, blow, blow. F, O, O, s, flows, flows. An H brother. Sh, O, show, show. Now we're going to move on to our OE. And remember on our card here, when we saw OE, it's only at the end of a word. So now that we go back here, we see that our OEs are only at the end of the word. Let's blend them. D, O, dough, dough. T, O, toe, toe. H, O, ho, ho. Now we have some sentences at the bottom that we can read. Now, these sentences either have the long O, have high frequency, or have high frequency words in them. So they should be okay for us to read. We should be able to do it, especially if we work together and we sound out these words. So first we see O-E. J-O, Joe, Joe. This is a high frequency word this week. This word is found. Is, his. Old is a high frequency word, old. And we see an O team here. Oat, coat. Let's read the sentence. Joe found his old coat. Now, When I read it like that, I sound like a robot. So remember that we have to read with expression. So let's go back and read this sentence one more time with a little more expression. Joe found his old coat. Much better. Now let's look at the bottom sentence. My is a high frequency word. Toe, we see O-E, O's, toes. A-R-E, that's a high frequency word. The word is are. A new high frequency word here in blue. This week's word is always. S-O, so, old, cold. Let's read it. We can read it like a robot at first. That's okay. My toes are always so cold. Now let's read with the expression. My toes are always so cold. Much better. All right, guys, I hope that you are learning at home and doing a good job. Make sure you're practicing so that you are going to become a better reader. Goodbye.